a board member to our second meeting of the Love and Peace Company. Thank you for being present in this meeting. So the purpose of this meeting is to discuss the proposal of the Modicare applications. Shall we call this meeting to order?
Yes, boss.
Shiwei, is the quorum complete?
No, boss. Balita had a medical leave because of accident by yesterday, and Sean will have a business trip because of the meeting at the Korea, and today Bonnie will be late.
Oh, I see. Alright, then we shall comment the today meeting regardless to the minutes of previous meeting. Any problem arising?
Okay, boss. From previous meeting, we have discussed about 4 things. First is the main function of the apps. This app is used to detect the people current emotional by scanning their face with our smartphone. Second is the financial part. We have initially set the total cost to produce this app is around 50,000 ringgit, and our expected profit from this app is around 3 million ringgit. Third is the date of launching. The date of launching of this app is at 28 March 2019, and the last thing that we discussed about at the previous meeting is the position that given by the boss and also the task given by the boss.
Great. There are 4 agendas we would like to discuss today. First is the budget. Second is the timeline of the app design. Third is the estimate cost for the project. And last is the method adopted to advertising the application on how we going to advertise it. So before we start, Shiwei, would you like to remind them our meeting ground rules?
Sure. Please silence your phone before we start the meeting. Other than that, no one else can leave this meeting before we finish this meeting.
Are there any amendment made?
Yes, boss. The launching date is 28th of April of 2019, not March, boss.
Thank you, Nick. I will make the correction.
Okay. Is there any other amendments?
No, boss.
Alright then, can someone propose the minutes to be passed as a true record?
I propose the minutes to be passed as a true record.
I second motion. I second motion too.
Let's move to next. Any matters arising?
Yes, boss. We need huge amount of the budget for our level. Where is the cost 20 ringgit per hour for a level to work overtime? And we need expert the design apps that's suitable for iOS and our Android users, so that our target customer will use it more better.
For next suggestion, I think we cannot make it due to the limited budget, and we still need to consider other experts on these apps. So 20 ringgit per hour to the worker is too expensive. Not only that, design the apps can apply for both Apple iOS and Android can be a high cost that need to consider it wisely.
How much is our available financial budget?
Our available financial budget maximum can go to 40,000 only.
Okay. Oh, I see. We should choose a more economic way. Nick, could you design the application with appropriate quality and without losing much of the appearance?
I think we are in rush, as we might not able to catch our deadline due to multiple tests that we still need to implement it. Thus, boss, I would like to apply a big deadline. Extend can or not, sir? Boss.
No, the application should be available on the market on time. If the application cannot do on time, it's your problem. Perhaps I shall appoint other people to finish your job.
Sorry, boss. I will try my best to make up my time. We have no sorry, boss.
Okay. Make sure the application will be done on time, okay?
If we need to design a high performance apps, we will require a higher cost. And if we decided to design a lower appearance apps, so we can help our company to save a lot of cost for the project.
Sorry boss, I'm late.
Why are you late? Do you know what time is the meeting start? Do you think this meeting is not important for you?
Sorry boss, I just finished the appointment with the client for the sponsorship just now.
When you make appointment with the client another days, why it is must be today?
Sorry boss, because the client will be not in Malaysia for a few weeks, therefore this is a available time for me to appoint with him.
Okay, I accept your apologize for me. Please have a seat.
Thank you boss.
Okay, let's move on. So when are we just now?
As Nick mentioned, I have done the research on previous project and the example case done by other country. The cost of design the high performance apps is around 30,000 ringgit. And on the other hand, the allowable performance apps just need to spend 15,000 ringgit only.
Hold on. Shiwei, do you file sponsorship for our project?
Yes boss, for the sponsorship, I have contacted some of the company and there are two companies agreed to sponsor us our apps, which is Edward World and Xiaomi. Edward World is an advertising company and they say they will be able to sponsor us about 10,000 ringgit and they will also provide us free advertising for apps for 3 months. However, they will want to get 10% of the profit from our apps. Then, the Xiaomi is a big multimedia company. They say that they can sponsor about 30,000 ringgit for our apps, but they request to gain 30% of our profit from the apps.
Well, we should choose the sponsor with the less profit since we do not need much for the applications. Hui Xiang, what is our estimate cost for this project?
Let me calculate first. Please wait a moment. Okay, total out all aspects of our consideration. Just now, the total cost of design this app is around 55,000. So it is possible done within the budget.
Okay, this estimating cost sound reasonable. Zhonghao, how is the applications will earn money for us?
After my research, I found that there are two most potential and ideal ways for us to earn money through our apps. First of all, in-app purchase is an extremely popular strategy used by thousands of apps in both the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. In-app purchase allows users to buy something preferred in the app. There are two major types of in-app purchase, which is non-consumable and subscription. Non-consumable are features that users buy for permanent use, for example, additional function or ad blocking, which this is a free apps earn money without ads. Can you guys follow me?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, let me continue my explanation. For subscription is our mobile application may offer subscription that unlocks some content or function for a certain period of time. Subscription can be either non-renewing or automatically renewing. Besides this, in-app ads are usually tools of affiliate marketing. With in-app ads, we advertise our product inside the apps and get paid once our users interact with those advertised. There are several types of campaigns used in affiliate marketing. So let's mention the three most popular. First, cost per click. This model means that we get paid for each click our users click on the ad display on their mobile application. Typically, a single click is nearly worthless. So the revenue is calculated on a cost per thousand basis. Second, cost per view. These campaigns are usually applied to video ads. The more time users of our app watch video ads, the higher payout we get. Third, cost per install. With this model, we get paid whenever a user of our app install and advertise applications. We should choose the most efficient way to earn first, and we can decide or discuss further details later. So what do you think, boss?
Okay, so majority supports a subscription method, so the resolution shall be subscription method. I believe that that's all method arising, am I right?
Yes, boss.
So let's move on to the next. Is there any other business?
Yes, boss. I suggest our pantry to supply some food or drink for our department members because we always work overtime until midnight and we don't have any time to go out our lunch or dinner. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
So I suggest to add some biscuit, cup noodles, or some 3-in-1 coffee or Nescafe to improve our productivity. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also agree about that because my department always work overnight, so they need to have some food like biscuit, Milo or coffee. If possible, I suggest to purchase a coffee machine and provide unlimited refill coffee to encourage them in a good working environment.
Please provide more sufficient foods, especially the privileged in the launch. By doing this, I hope that the productivity of the team will increase. Otherwise, I might review your salary for the cost of the additional privilege and foods in the launch.
Okay, boss. We will try our best to increase our overall productivity of the team.
Boss, I cannot bear anymore. I want complaint Belinda. She always late to work and her attitude are really terrible. The task I assigned for her, she didn't even complete it. Every time I need to clean the mess up. Can we do something?
Oh yes, boss. I also want to complain about the Sean for not doing work properly during the work time, and he also watching movie during the work time. Besides, he also didn't clean up the toilet after he used the toilet.
Shiwai, please send Belinda a warning letter and ask Sean to do the cleaning service as a punishment.
Okay, boss.
Okay, let me summarize. There are 4 agendas. First, we will choose the sponsor with less profit sharing for the budget for the project. Second, the app will be launched on time. There is no delayment. Third, the estimating cost of the project should be same as we discussed just now. Last but not least, the method adopted to advertising the application shall be subscription. So for your information, next meeting will be set on next Monday, same time and same venue.
Okay, boss.
Alright, Jen. The meeting shall be adjourned. The discussion of this meeting is successful. Thank you for your coming.
When I had you to myself, I didn't want you around. That pretty face that always makes you stand up in a crowd. But someone I pick you from the bunch, one glass so solid too. Now it's much too late for me to take a second look. Whoa, baby, give me one more chance. Show you that I love you. Won't you please let me?
始。